And hi, we're on.
Hey, welcome everybody. Good morning, everybody. It's February 2nd here in the great town of Connorsville. And welcome to Breakfast with the Coach's Corner crew.
Breakfast edition.
We are the breakfast edition. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. And these guys, I hope you had a good breakfast, guys. You had
Sure did.
breakfast?
Yep, sure did.
Tremendous. Thank you, Rob and Julie.
Yeah,
They were at the
No, thank you,
Julie.
Julie.
They were at the Julie. Oh, actually, I made the sausage and the
Oh, that's
biscuits.
what tasted terrible.
That's why the bacon was so good.
We thank Julie, our associate producer. She put on a good breakfast for us over at the house, and sometimes some of our other guests will have you for breakfast. So, but yeah, here we are again, guys. We're on episode 5, and we've had 3 weeks since the last one. Time's flying, really. This winter's going fast. But we'll get into our stuff. We're glad everybody's listening and watching in with us. We got Wes back. Wes.
Yeah. Made it back.
Got it written backwards.
We got Brandon here. We got Rob. We got Mike up in the seat. Mike don't have the cowboy hat on. No cowboy hat tonight.
No cowboy hats on Sunday.
We got the whole crew, don't we? Or are we missing?
We do have one, but we got him here in spirit.
Oh,
there's Travis.
Travis is going to be here partially.
I'm always here in spirit.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. We're going to win them all. Sarah, I love you.
Well, we got Travis started out in the morning. We may have to edit that, but hey, that's it. But no, we're glad to have you with us again today. And just want to let everybody know the CYO episodes are starting to take shape. Hope to have one. That'll probably have to be a breakfast with the crew morning when I get some of our CYOers up here at the end of February. So anyway, and we're ready to get started, guys.
Yeah.
Let's start off with sectional yesterday for the Franklin County wrestling team.
yes.
Results. Fill us in.
So we hosted yesterday. We had 10 teams there. It was the whole EIAC along with Milan and Union County. So East Central won as a team. They had the most points overall. Milan came in second, and Franklin County came in third. We didn't have a 106 or a 120 weights that kind of pushed us out of a possible team championship or sectional championship. But so at 113 pounds, Cole Freeze, Franklin County was the sectional champion. He won his weight class and he did a really good job. 126, Bryce Bruns, he's a junior. He got 4th, so he moves on to regionals. So it's the top 4 from each weight class moves on. At 132 pounds, Colin Troyer, Franklin County champion.
Nice.
138, Kyle Bolster, champion. He lost to the kid in conference championship and got him back sectional championship round and pinned him in the first period. It was awesome.
Way to come back. Good job.
Excellent. It was a great job by him. 144 pounds, Ty Bruns, fourth place. 150 pounds, his twin brother Trevor Bruns got 2nd place.
Nice.
157, Cody Schwab got 5th place.
South Wickham.
Soccer boy,
I
huh?
wasn't ready for that. 165 pounds, Tyler Tischler got 4th place. 175 pounds, Carter Smith, 4th place. 190 pounds, Cody Bolser, 5th place. And at 215 pounds, Lane Westman got 4th place. So Franklin County's got 9 move on to the Tierman Center next Saturday at Richmond starting at 9 a.m.
Nice.
That's the Franklin County and the Centerville sectionals fall into the Richmond regionals. So,
The Richmond Regional.
So we'll have nine boys representing us next week in Richmond.
Well, another great showing by Coach Dieters and Coach Lysing and all the kids who work hard and did a great job. And hey, and then when we were the one night, did we mention about the Milan girl winning the state champion?
Nah,
I think we did.
Did we mention
I don't
that?
remember if we did or not, but she did.
Yeah, there was
state.
another Milan state championship. In fact, when I was going over there one day for a sales call, they were having a pep rally with her speaking, and I could hear it. And she was like, "Hey, young ladies, get involved in wrestling. It's one of the growing sports of IHSAA and stuff."
It's definitely growing.
Big
The
time.
girls wrestling and pretty exciting, really. I've watched some matches and it's pretty neat.
Now, if you're lucky enough, there's a girl from Northeastern Heather Cruel.
Yeah, we've been following her
She
since like
is
8th grade.
amazing.
Yeah.
She wrestles boys too.
Yeah. She does. Yeah. She wrestles
She
the boys.
does in the boys tournament, and
Can you do both?
I think I've seen.
I
She
think
was
if
38
you,
now.
I think
right
now it's if you make it to state in boys, you're allowed to continue in boys this year. So she was a state. There's another girl. She's from Brownsburg, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember her name, but she's also a very good wrestler that's in the boys. So they're two to watch out for in those lower weight classes, but they're very good.
Julia. Is it Julia Ocampo? or
Oh,
something like
Campo,
that?
yeah. Really good.
Yeah.
Really good wrestler.
She's
too.
undefeated too, I think, right now.
That's why we got Wes back. Wrestling talk.
But
He knows some wrestling. Well, if you look
Like
at
Crown
the
Point Wrestling over here.
Crown Point, the pinnacle.
I tell you what, the only thing would be better than having even Brandon and Huffy sitting by is if we had Bobby Baker,
If we had
Sitting
Bobby
by
Baker
him.
right here,
former state finalist wrestler with Batesville High School in 1982.
Yep.
Yeah.
We hope Bobby's feeling better. Bobby, we know you watch the show. He's had some health problems, so hey, we hope you're watching the show and feeling better. And he loves to talk wrestling.
he
that's
loves
for
wrestling.
sure.
Give me a call anytime, Bobby. We'll talk some wrestling.
Yeah.
I know half my stuff because of you, so
Well,
thank you.
tell you what, he knows his stuff when it comes to wrestling. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But hey, that's a great result. So good luck to the Wildcat wrestlers in regional and hopefully semi-state, and maybe somebody can get on into that state. It'd be awesome to keep that going and
I think
stuff.
they definitely got a couple that can do it. Definitely, yeah. At least a few, probably. But
For the wrestling fans, maybe you have a little more age who watch the show. These guys probably know about it, but the Brookville High School tradition, in my knowledge, the first state finals wrestler that I knew of was Bill Froman, the longtime coach. He made it to the state finals. And then later on,
Really?
like John Foll made it. Then later, I don't think Leak made it, but there was a Price guy. Tony Price made it. And then later in my years, I think Jeff Pence made it. And Charlie Geis, of course, made it. And later on, I think like Flint Gross and maybe some others made it. But at Brookville High School, because, it was a big deal. There weren't that many. We just named off a few of longtime wrestlers. And if there was more, we apologize. But they would have a ceremony in the gym where you were the king.
oh yeah.
And there's pictures of Bill Froman getting it done to him. There was, I only really knew about John Foll because I was friends with Leak, his brother Dave Foll. But John was in my brother Mark's class, and that was a big deal. So they did the kinging of him. And then Charlie Geis's years and Jeff. And I'm sure probably they still did it for Flint or Tony Price and them. But they'd bring you out in the gym, had a recognition rally or a pep rally. And they did this little ceremony. I don't remember every detail, but they had some kind of like cape or cloak and this little like tinsel made like crown they put on. So if you ever go to the Brookville
original King of
Archive
the Ring?
Room, King of the Ring, you'll see a picture of like Bill Froman getting his done up there.
I'll say we do it now. If you go to state, everybody gets out of class, you walk the halls, and then everybody cheers you on. They play music through the loudspeakers, and they hop on the bus and go to Indy. So
Okay.
not as fancy as Brookville did it. but
Well,
we still do
nothing's
something
as
for
good
it.
as
Yeah.
Brookville had it all going
We
on.
did.
So if
That's
you were a
good.
state wrestler there, you were the king.
Great.
Whether you
Great
won or
for
not.
everybody.
So anyway, great job, wrestlers. And good luck. But this is a busy week. Big time busy for Franklin County Athletics. Girls Sectional, Tuesday night
Tuesday night.
at
At
Lawrenceburg.
Lawrenceburg, at the Bird.
Game 1
Yep.
Six
Batesville.
versus Batesville.
Versus Batesville.
All right.
Little revenge game, maybe.
What was the score when we played them the first time?
It was close.
49 to 43.
It was less than 10. I know
Yeah.
that. It was a really close game.
Yeah, it was in the 40s.
And we got
They
to
hit
be
a bunch of
honest.
shots. Batesville hit a bunch of
They
shots
did.
that game.
We couldn't score well that night. I remember you guys
no.
saying that.
And they were hitting very well.
They
Yeah.
were shooting lights out.
I tell you what, and obviously we know, even through the podcasts in between there, we've discussed how much better the girls' team's gotten. I mean, they found their strengths, and they're playing well to them. And so, in my view, it's a great chance.
Like, why not?
Yeah, why
If
not?
they played like they did the other night against South Dearborn, and I'm sorry, South Dearborn fans, you don't have lunch this year. We all know that. But they were hitting. We had 13 3-point shots hit, and they were just shooting lights out. Now, Batesville's going to be up for them a lot better than South Dearborn was. I'll give them that. But they played a heck of a ball game the other night. Everything just seemed to click the way it should. So if they play like that, I think it should be all right against Batesville.
You know what? Since I wasn't at the Batesville game, I know, shout out to a friend of the show, Grace Walter, who's on Batesville. I know she's kind of a role player for them. Her dad, Dan, and mom, Becky, are all friends of ours. And but is Batesville big?
They have about 3 6-foot or taller girls.
Really? So they're
Yeah,
big.
they got some size. Like I said, the game we played them at Batesville, they shot the lights out of that gym. I mean, I didn't think they could miss a shot. There was a lot of times they were everything was falling for
Yeah,
them.
there were girls
They were
coming
getting,
off the bench hitting shots.
there was like they had the home team rule that night for sure. And
Yeah.
shots would hit the rim about 4 times and still somehow find a way to drop, and we just weren't that lucky that night. But
Remember, Rob, that was the night I complained about the referee.
Yeah, Mike Huff did complain that night
So,
about the referee.
and
just
it
a
wasn't
little bit,
me.
So,
It was probably a little bit closer than the
uh,
score indicated.
It's going to come down to maybe who can shoot the ball that night.
Yeah.
Well,
One
shoot,
night,
yeah.
one game, who's going to get hot?
and free throws
Yeah.
are always a key.
Oh, yeah.
But it's true survive and advance.
Yeah.
We know Greensburg's on the opposite side of the bracket. Maybe they could have somebody tough, and you just never know. But
It's gonna be hard.
to me, if you're going to play them, you play them. Go ahead and play them in the championship. What the heck? If Frank County would get there, it'd be awesome.
Beat
Greensburg
the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah.
definitely got the best draw. I mean, they get
Nature boy.
Nature boy.
who they get first round.
The South Dearborn?
No, South Dearborn got the bye.
Oh.
Rushville.
Is it
Lawrence.
Rushville?
Where's Tucky?
No, Lawrenceburg. They got
Lawrenceburg.
Lawrenceburg game 1. They actually just played each other Thursday night, the last game of the regular season, and then they get South Dearborn. Whoever wins plays South Dearborn. One of our game plays Jennings County because they got the bye, and then championship. So I think Lawrenceburg last year held Greensburg to like 40 points in their game. They slowed them down, not let them do too much, and I would expect to see them try to do that again, or whatever worked for them that Thursday night. I never saw a final score, but I think for both teams for that game, it's like, hey, let's go back and watch the film. What can we do better for our next game, which happens to be the team you just played. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, Lady Wildcats. Who's all going? Yeah,
Travis,
I
you going?
am.
Travis is making
Travis
it.
going.
Travis, you going?
Sure am. The girls are going to win.
If everybody six, you won't be able to
I'll be
make it.
going.
You go.
yeah,
Most likely.
Well, we're going to try to make it. We even moved the Masonic meeting to tomorrow
Oh,
night.
my
We
heavens.
moved that to tomorrow night. Thank the Masonic Brothers for moving the meeting so I can go down and make that game. If we would win, is it a Friday night game?
yep. So if we win,
Jennings
we will
County
play
wants
Jennings
some.
County 6:00 again on Friday at Lawrenceburg. We will be the home
wants
team
some-
for the
wants
first
some.
2 games. So we're the home team this
Wear
first
the
game.
whites.
The winner of our game will be the home team against Jennings County because I got the bye. We're on that lower spot.
Well, you know what? You better remind me then. Do we got a boys game
We
Friday
have a
night?
triple stack Friday night against
Oh, we are?
Boys Talawanda. We have freshmen at 4:30, JV
got
at
boys on
6,
Friday.
and
I thought
varsity
we
at
did.
7:30 at home.
And who's refereeing for JV
I got
or
time for
freshman?
You are on standby, Rob.
I'm on standby.
Rob
Okay.
is on standby right now.
Hop in there, Rob.
I was a little shocked. Now I was thinking about that. I was like, usually you don't knock up against the sectional game.
No,
But
no, no.
so I was thinking, am I forgetting something? Do we play Thursday night?
No,
But no, we're on for Friday night.
And then boys turn around, so that's boys' game. Then they turn around
Yeah.
Saturday morning at noon game against Newcastle.
Newcastle Trojans coming to the Franklin County High School gym.
Right.
Isn't
I'd
that
rather
something?
go. I'd rather go to Newcastle.
That's
and watch
next
that
year.
game.
Well-
Don't worry. That's next year.
If anybody's
I'm
never
going.
been in the Newcastle Fieldhouse, which I'd never been till we all went, me, Huffy, and Eddie V finally went for Connorsville Newcastle sectional game. And me, the big high school basketball follower, never even been in it. And of course, it's amazing.
It is.
It's amazing. And
I
it
got
was
to see
packed.
Who went high school?
I got to see the Randolph Southern Rebels in their first regional game there.
Wow.
Only regional game, I think.
Still.
It's a great place for basketball.
It is.
Believe it or not, Justin Lansing would tell you, it's awesome for wrestling too.
Oh, yeah.
They
Well,
hold the semi-state there.
That's where the semi-state
That
will be.
place
Yeah.
is packed, and it's just an awesome
And
environment.
you know what? I never would have thought of this. And our friend of the show, Jim Atkinson, Jim Bunzel, we call him, Newcastle graduate, 1977, member of their state finalist football team, number
Really?
84, tight end and
I would
linebacker.
have never known that.
Well, I always kidded him. I said, I didn't know Newcastle, when you go into Chrysler Fieldhouse or Newcastle Fieldhouse, it's full of wrestling banners in there too. Never, usually when it's a basketball school, a lot of times it's not a wrestling school.
Sure need
But
football.
yeah, well, and they weren't. He was the lone big team they've ever had.
Yeah.
And but they've had a heck of a wrestling history up there.
And they wrestle in the Richmond Regional, which is next weekend.
Yeah.
And they're probably the team to beat
Yes.
from what I've seen.
Dang.
Richmond Regional.
There's some good ones.
Well, all I know is there was a heck of a lot of pictures and a heck of a lot of banners of wrestling success in the Newcastle Fieldhouse.
And Eddie V had a cousin. hanging.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
That and the
Yeah,
numerous
and you have
schools
cousins everywhere at every school in the state, and we found one at Newcastle.
and numerous cousins at
Yeah.
South Decatur
Yeah.
and probably North Decatur and Greensburg.
Batesville.
Yeah, big family.
Yeah.
But
Big family.
But hey, the girls is gonna be exciting. We're all excited for that. Boys, good luck, Talawanda. I'm excited for the Newcastle game. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. When Muncie Central came a few years
The old
ago,
Bearcats.
and they were having for them a tough year, and of course Chandler Thompson, the coach, and Danny was replaying he even had it on the video board, Chandler's dunk,
Oh,
which to my thoughts is still the best live dunk I've ever seen in a game versus UNLV. Over top, literally almost parallel, that he put in a rebound dunk. And Ball State, almost as we remember, pulled off the upset in that game. There probably would no longer be a town of Muncie if they would have won that game, because they were already setting furniture and couches on fire. If they had have won that, I was watching that with Jay Taylor. I was actually in Muncie that night. He was locking up his garage and everything if they won that game. But what a game. What a memory. But that was exciting when they came down and played.
Yeah.
And I think we beat them.
I think we did.
Yeah.
That was a bad team.
They were
That was
strong.
one of our better years for boys too.
Yeah.
We had a really good squad that year.
But good luck, Wildcats versus the Trojans. That's an exciting game there, covering up the United States flag here a little bit. But anyway, guys, again, basketball's moving along. We got regular season ends the 21st for the boys versus Connorsville. Home game, and then sectional will be after that. So boys got some games to go yet, 4 games or so, 4 or 5 games.
They got a few left.
Yeah.
A lot of home. We'll have 2 this week. They're at Shelbyville, I think, Wednesday night this week.
Yeah.
Like at gymnasium too.
And then they got those 2 home games, and then we'll have senior night the 14th, and then obviously the Beat Cancer Connersville game the 21st, which will be a fun one, and it's gonna be a long week.
Yeah.
Because we have that night, and then the next morning, Chloe and my aunt's probably least favorite day of the year, the Franklin County Dance Competition.
Oh,
The
boy.
next morning. So when the game gets there for Connersville,
Boo.
we got to turn around and set that whole place up for a dance
So I'll
competition.
have,
at
to
7
be,
a.m.
I'll have to be ready to clear the gym.
It's gonna be a fun time, but we got some cool stuff coming up for Beat Cancer. We can tell them all here. So we're gonna do a pep rally type ordeal the day of. One of our events is gonna be a staff pie in the face. We had about 19 teachers sign up. Top 3 teachers are gonna get a pie in their face that day during
I
school
hope
the
it's
pep rally.
licensed.
Teachers, not
Oh.
coaches. Now,
Coaches, I hope it's licensed El Presidente.
Cowan.
here's the best part. The main event of the pep rally. If we raise a certain amount of money, there's a bunch of different levels to this. Mr. Bradburn's going to get his hair cut in front of the whole student body.
Maybe like Marty
no,
Brennan
yeah.
all
No
over
way.
again.
Yeah, better him than me.
So we got
I
about
like your hair like that.
$2,000 is to braid his hair.
Ooh.
$3,000 is to dye it lavender. $4,000 is a short men's cut, and the $45 is a short men's cut dyed lavender because that's the universal color for cancer.
Oh,
$5,000 is a mohawk.
my God.
$5,500 lavender mohawk.
Awesome.
$6,000 shaving bald.
I'm about ready to write a $6,000 check right now.
$7,000 shave him bald with an FC henna tattoo. It's like those I say marker tattoos. They're like for like a week or two, like a temporary tattoo. Shave him bald. He's gonna get an FC henna tattoo on the side of his head for this game.
Now,
So
the money we're raising, that's like more ducks. Does that go towards that money too?
So it's going to a separate part for the Beat Cancer. Now, if people want to donate to it, please reach out to Brandon Cowan, bcowan at fccsc.k12.us.
I think there's gonna have to be a donation in honor of the coaches crew.
So we
Coaches
are
Corner crew.
we are accepting donations, and people have told us about it, and we've talked to
50 cents.
Aaron Garrett, the Batesville boys basketball coach. He says, if you get close, let me know. I'll cover the rest of it.
Wow, nice.
Carrie Brown from Rushville, he goes, oh, let's do it. I want pictures. So a lot of people, we've kind of been spreading the word here and there about it, but that's one thing. That was actually Mr. Bradburn's idea. He came up with the idea, came up with the price list, what he's willing to do with his hairs. So he's all in. He said, it's hair. It either grows back or it doesn't. I don't care, but let's do it. So
I think it's going to be very, very important. Not that the supportive color isn't important, but I think it's going to be very important to get to the next level to stay away from the lavender. We can get him a lavender suit or something, sport coat. But that hair lavender,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think leave the hair it is and make it lavender. That'd
Yes.
be great.
Sweet.
I'm for it if it helps cancer.
I know exactly where we're at on the list, but I'm not going to say the
Well.
price yet. But we are, we're getting close up there. So
When Marty Brenneman got his
No
haircut,
Butterfly Foundation.
and my mom said he
Dragonfly.
should have done that years ago. He looks
Dragonfly.
great.
Yes.
We watched that game on TV that night,
Yep.
and they brought him out, shaved his head. He kept that hairstyle for still has it to this day.
Still does.
It
yeah.
looks great. So, Mr. B,
Marty or Brad? Or,
yeah, both Mr. B, Mr. Bradburn. I guess we're rooting for you. We're waiting to see the
We're rooting
new
for your hair to be gone,
hairstyle,
brother.
whatever.
We're rooting for haircut.
We love it how it is,
It's-
but we're gonna love you how it's gonna be.
I'll say it's going to be great because we'll do it at school that day during the pep rally. But
Gosh.
we'll
Can we live stream it?
if he does like a dying color or the henna tattoo, that will be revealed at the game because obviously we only get an hour long for the pep rally. But if he goes bald, we'll shave it from the students, whatever. But then reveal the whatever, or if we dye it, reveal that at the game. He'll get to reveal it and all that stuff. But that's going to be a very fun, very jam-packed night. We're going to have
He's gonna walk around with the old luchador mask on until time
There you
falls.
go.
should be
Oh,
we should be
yeah.
having our D1 softball recruit sign her letter of intent to go play D1 softball that night as well. I
With
believe
a
is the
new, with a new
plan.
background, good.
We're gonna
good,
get to some cool stuff that night. We'll have fun. We're gonna be having the Chuck and Duck and then half court shot are gonna be at JV that night because of how busy the halftime is for varsity.
When is that
Let's be
game?
ready.
21st, February
That's
21st.
the Connersville night,
Correct.
which is
So-
always the beat cancer night.
That's a big night.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
And a
we'll,
great cause.
so we're gonna be doing our Chuck Duck and our half court shot.
Job out.
We have our own Chuck a Duck, courtesy of Rob Cowan and our support of the Cancer Fund.
Is
Chuck a Duck's got its own.
Is Singer Farm still supporting that half-court shot?
So
You better believe I am.
okay. Well, there's a lot of people
Travis,
wanting to
thank
take your
you.
money.
we might
There's a lot of people wanting to take this guy's money.
That he stole from
Actually,
Maryland.
the Connersville night's going to be sponsored by Cook Rosenberger Funeral Home. Dan Rosenberger, he's doing it that
Was it
night.
Dan?
He's putting in some money next year. He's going to put up some money to keep going with it. But
Okay.
between him and Travis, they're very generous people to let
Thanks,
us.
Dan and Amanda.
They're donating this money to the cause or to the shot. So
Good deal.
they're great people. I mean, we can't
Yes, they
ask for
are.
better people. We got in Franklin County that just willing to help out the school and the athletics and all that. So Connersville night will be the Cook
Yes,
Rosenberger
Dan.
Funeral Home, Dan Rosenberger and Amanda. So I talked to him at one of our last games, but he wants to do it for that, and he wants to do at least 10 games next basketball season too.
Awesome.
So
Thank
You
you,
know-
Dan.
Take
And
Dan's
Amanda.
money.
Take them all. Take all their money.
We'll try to take your money. But
Singer Land Farms.
Brandon, maybe you would know, or
Patrol.
Wes, or Mike, or Rob. But I remember the chairman up here was Yvonne, who I knew from Lindy's Liquor. She was the lady who ran and they did really good under her. She was really into that.
Yeah.
But when did the raising money for cancer start at Franklin County? I mean, we've been doing it ever since I've been announcing.
I'll say it was a thing when I was in school. I don't know. I think it actually started with, I want to say, the Kiwanis clubs.
That's what it was.
Between Fayette and Franklin County, they kind of had this idea because I think they're the ones that actually bought the trophy. That's the traveling trophy between the schools, whoever raises the
Okay.
most. I think it was the Kiwanis club that started it. I know at the high
quarters.
yeah, at our high school, it's myself and Tanya Wirtz and Emily Blades. So Tanya and I are the Bleacher Bone sponsors. Tanya and Emily are the student council sponsors. So the student council and Bleacher Bones, we kind of we're the ones that had the fundraising, but it's really we have the stuff, but the kids do all the work.
Okay.
You know, they are going out, they're pushing for it. They're the ones selling the chuck and duck and the half court shots and games, and
What really helped our end of it, got a lot of money, was the Chuckle Ducks.
correct.
When Mr. Doyle had that brilliant idea, like he always does. Well, you know, they're not always brilliant, Denny. But he came with that bright idea, and that really has raised quite a bit of money for us.
And it really gets
Chuckle
more,
Ducks really does.
it gets a lot of people involved, except for then you got some guys who try to sit behind you and throw ducks at you, even when you're not putting the tape out. I don't know who that would be.
Tradition.
Mike.
It's tradition.
Oh, it is. I got smoked in the head by a opposing fan on purpose. He was trying. He clogged me in the back of the head. I turned around. He was laughing because he felt awful. He threw the next one. I caught it and looked at him, and he started laughing even harder.
I don't know. When you throw him from up top, I throw him in the back of the backboard up there. So
That's when you smoke the computer and
But
everything else.
like I said, it's a great time, and obviously Brandon Ball donates every year all the gift cards for Hilltop restaurants. So
Yeah, we're proud to even just to get to announce it.
Split the pot. But,
yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Well, and I don't want to be pushy, but I might make a plea that if anybody does win the half court shot, maybe Wes, if we win, I'm sorry, Travis, be ready for this. You agree? I agree. Travis agrees.
I always agree. Whatever you say, Rob.
But we're gonna have a lot of editing on the show. But, Travis is like, get to change that. But no, maybe they could donate some of their winnings. I'll announce it for them.
That'll be awesome.
In sort of profession.
I've
Sort
never
of
get
push
back
them
to the
into
school
it.
getting
But it's done. It's the school that's given you so much.
Yes.
I love you, Blue.
Love you, Blue.
Yep.
If I were to get another shot at it and I hit it, that money won't go back to Travis. I might give it to the school. Travis, you'll never see
Travis.
it again.
Travis, you'll never see that money again.
Knowing Travis, he would take that and pull another $100 bill out of his wallet and hand it. He only carries hundreds. I'm sorry to put that out there. I don't want Travis. People coming up, but he only carries $100 bills. But
Hey, did Wes tell you when he hits the half court shot, he wants him and Travis at half court with a picture of Travis putting it in his wallet and handing him a $100 bill?
I like it.
Yeah.
Dang, a 500 may fall.
Yeah.
Stop.
It might be Ruby with anybody, but it might be Ruby. But
I say we give it all the publicity it needs for Singer Brother Farms as well as for everybody that's doing it.
Patrolling.
But anyway, since we saw everybody last, we had quickly. This is going to be a quick subject. We had the national championship, which we all predicted our winners.
Yeah, I was right.
I was the only loser. Again, Wes wasn't in on it.
Technically, I kind of was right.
I guess you guys.
When Ohio State win.
Yeah, you guys tried your psychological poll, which I could respect. Huff was just straightforward with it.
Yep.
But at least Notre Dame.
I said the Bills.
Well, Travis likes the Bills.
He loves the
Wait,
Bills.
I think he had a Joe Ferguson jersey or a Kelly jersey.
OJ.
Not OJ. Not OJ. Not
He had
OJ.
his white rock with the OJ.
I think Travis had an OJ jersey when he was a kid.
No, he had
didn't.
Cornelius.
No, it's the juice.
He had a Cornelius Bennett.
Yeah, Delaney.
Yeah,
Yeah, look at the back room. Sorry.
yeah.
You're going.
But I got Laney almost cut out of the shot.
Yeah, I know. I don't
Maybe
like
should-
that.
I could do a
We
little
gotta have her
adjustment
in there.
I was gonna ask you.
A little
There
adjustment.
you Hey!
I don't think it's going to cut me and Rob out any.
Hey, never
There's
mind.
Laney, and I had some Super Bowl helmets over there.
I love Laney.
Even though the Oilers were never in a Super Bowl, but
They was in ours, Rob.
yeah, they're in our hearts. But then quickly about the national champion. Okay, yeah, Ohio State won. They proved they're the better, but
Ohio State.
Notre Dame hung in there. They didn't get squashed. In my opinion, I think Notre Dame's quarterback got hurt on the first drive. He wasn't right the rest of the first half.
After that
He's
first
sick.
drive.
I think
But he played way better
Yeah.
in the second half. And hey, they hung in there. They're scrappers. The thing that I thought was Notre Dame just couldn't stop was the running of Ohio State's quarterback. He ran at will.
Old babyface Will.
Yeah. He ran it and they couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
That was when they needed it, he took off. And I don't think nobody was expecting that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not an Ohio State expert by any means, but yeah, you know, Notre Dame, good season. Ohio State, national champion, again.
The Ohio State.
Congrats.
Ryan Day, I guess you get another year.
He's got another job here. Yeah.
Told you, had to win
Yeah.
to keep his
Sorry,
job.
Rob.
I said it.
Oh,
I
it's
called it.
hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Don't
Not
take
that
it
I'm.
hard. You and Doug took it kind of hard.
You know, Doug
They
responded
wouldn't have been there
well.
if it was 4 teams anyway.
You know, I actually had Brad Tebby
Yeah.
yesterday,
BA.
fan of the show, asked me how Doug took it, and I said,
Who
"Well,
asked you?
Brad Tebby."
Okay.
He says, "Oh, by the way, how'd old Doug take the game, Notre Dame and Ohio State?" I said, "Doug's version of dealing with games is very different than it used to be, but the old Doug can still come out, like when we watched them versus Old Miss.
Oh yeah.
That was a great one. He came out in old school style that night, but he was pretty sure Ohio State was going to win. He thought they'd clobber him, actually, but it wasn't that way. But Ohio State was pretty much in charge of the game. But season's over. College football's over. Now we're re-gearing with the portals and the transfers and the
time for the real
IBL.
Time for the real game.
Yeah. And speaking of that,
Baseball.
ooh, we're getting closer.
I'm ready for baseball.
Everybody's ready. We're ready for hot
Friday
stuff.
night, baby. We won Friday night.
That
Go
was
Boilers!
Purdue, Indiana.
IU.
I caught the second half.
Oh, now.
Indiana was looking like they were trying
Hey,
to pull the
they're
upset.
giving what's going to happen every year. They're
I
going
was
to
up by
resign.
9 at one point.
They're going to extend that contract with Mr. Woodson. Everything's going to be great for IU.
I think Woodson had a good plan. I mean, they came in there. Purdue's one of the top 3-point shooting teams in the nation. They shot 15% from the three,
They
about
didn't play
52
very
from
good.
the half. Defensively, I thought they did a very great job. Purdue kind of first half tried to hold Ballo from not score that left McKenzie and Baco open. He had like 20 some points. He couldn't miss, and then IU got a lot of offensive boards for second chance shots. There was one time they had 3 3-pointer opportunities, and Luke Goody finally made that his second one for the third shot. But I mean, the pick and roll for IU in the second half was working out great. They stuck with it to the very end with Trey Galloway. I mean,
we're missing the handoff.
they were Woodson kept running the pick and roll, and Purdue really couldn't stop it because with Kaufman ran first and Smith in foul trouble, they weren't trying to foul. They were just going to let him have that layup or whatever. So
Well, and then old Galloway had his traditional good game at Purdue.
Yep.
He likes to show up. Had a good haircut too, by the way. Maybe he gave some money to Cancer Fund. I hope maybe, but he had a little bit of the flowing locks.
Oh yeah.
But hey, Indiana showed up. But you know what? Indiana can put a lineup in there that's actually
They
bigger.
look
than,
good.
bigger
That's the
than
best
Purdue.
thing I think I've seen them play really all year. I was at Dad's and watched in the IU Maryland game, and they just kind of they didn't really. I mean, I don't know. They kind of gave it away at the end, but I think Woodson kind of learned from that. He didn't call the timeout there at the very end, but he tried to throw the three-quarter court pass, and it didn't work out. But still a Purdue fan at heart. I know Wendy Bischoff, me and her were jawing a little bit every now and then throughout the last week. She's a big IU fan, and one of our buddies at our church and all that, Ezra Cole for the Frank County basketball.
Peanuts.
He's wearing an old Ballo jersey at school at Friday, and we were just giving each other a hard time. And every kid in high school, Purdue sucks. IU's gonna win. IU's gonna win. I don't know why you're wearing that sweatshirt. And so, of course, I can't wait to go back to school tomorrow and wear my Purdue gear and give all those kids a hard time. It's gonna be great. But Purdue came out the end, but IU made them. They made them work for it. So.
I do question why that game is on a Friday night.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That was
national.
Where's that, Alan?
Great,
I
buddy.
wound up catching the second half. Me and Julie got back from the nursing home, and I caught the second half of it. And, but
Yeah, but what else was on for Purdue?
I know. I
It's
just
really
don't
not
know
a bad
that.
idea, but yeah.
I just don't like that big
I know.
game being on Friday night.
I did like the black and red jerseys. I
Yeah.
didn't. I
Every
don't.
year, that's great.
That really looked good. It looked good on TV. I think Mackey was well represented
Oh.
again.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't beat that place to watch a game or play a game. I think.
I don't know if everybody here agrees with that, but these two here in the middle,
Well,
especially.
It was a great game. I was surprised IU actually showed up a little bit and made it a game. Of course, towards the end, they couldn't get done what they needed to.
Mike Huff's kind of got
Oh.
the Doug Kuntz theory on IU basketball.
I ain't got nothing to say about IU basketball right now.
I was glad they hung in there and they looked a lot better than they did some of these other
Come
games.
back to me when they get a team.
Yeah.
Coach.
I'll say
Yeah.
I went to a IU game. I think it was Minnesota last year at Assembly Hall, and again, I'm a Purdue guy through and through, but I thought just their atmosphere was not as good as it could have been for a Big Ten game on like a Saturday, like 6 o'clock at night.
There's no
one like. There's
no-
people there, but it's not loud.
There hasn't been atmosphere in about 30 years.
It's
there.
been a while since.
Yeah.
And then I went to the Purdue Michigan game last year at Mackey, and I mean it was a late night game again, but that place was
There's
rocking.
a difference. Big difference.
I mean, I think there is, but
there is.
but
There is.
There is
some people would disagree with you. But I think to go watch a Big Ten, even a non-conference over Christmas break, Mackey's rocking.
Yes.
People
Oh, yeah.
come in, and that place.
And that
gets
place has
rolling.
always been loud.
That place is
period.
always
It
loud.
is.
With that tin roof, it's always loud.
It is a loud
Well,
environment.
you got 85% of the students from Indiana. It's not even from Indiana, so
You're-
they're from
that
the East
does not
Coast
help.
in Chicago. So
You know, the time where I think IU was at its after Bob Knight era, where Assembly Hall reminded me of old Assembly Hall, was the year they beat Kentucky right
Water.
before New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they made that shot.
That was a great
And that
game.
place, remember, Kentucky
Kinda
was
explain
like,
somebody that.
this ain't a fair environment.
No,
This is almost
no,
too
that was
much.
the
It's
last
like,
time they
what are you
played.
talking about?
Yeah.
This is the way it always used to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I
Calipari
mean,
was complaining.
yeah, it was like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, that was good times for Indiana there, but
Things-
I don't know.
Times have changed a little bit. It's,
Yes,
it has.
Indiana basketball just
It's
not
not-
really
It's
like
not Indiana basketball right now.
right.
It's-
Football school.
it's,
Yeah,
hey,
trying to be a
well,
football
I'll take-
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's getting into
I'll
that.
take my
They keep
7
having
wins.
that
Yeah,
success.
better than the one Purdue win.
Or one Indiana win for like the last 40 years. I've
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're
Players are changing in and out every year.
Yeah.
Used to know everybody for
Yeah.
3 or 4 years.
That's
now,
the
The
key to
protocol
me.
is not helping. Or the portal's not
Yeah,
helping.
yeah, me and
Right.
Wes had a roll call at the beginning of the year on who we knew and who we didn't know, and we didn't know the top 3 players at
Yeah.
the beginning of the Indiana season, and
Me,
that's
Year-
bad.
15 years ago, you could name the starters, the subs,
Yeah.
and everybody.
Yep.
Now it's,
I can do it for Purdue, but
well,
that's what I mean.
I said,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, we
Well,
can't
honestly,
do that.
no,
As much as
no
I've been
transfers in this year for Purdue. I mean, some freshmen come in, but I mean, last year they had Lance Jones, and then before that they had oh my gosh, I can't think of his name now. They had another guy transfer. Was a good guard, but
Gillis.
Get
God,
ready.
he's on
Why did
Duke.
he
I was saying he went to Duke.
Why'd he leave?
5th-year senior.
He's 5th year senior.
Yeah.
Just
I think graduate school, go play somewhere. But I think Purdue's been with Matt Painter's been very good at keeping them there for 4 years.
It's
I
a
mean,
culture.
I
It's
mean,
you're
you had
getting
your
in-
Jaden Ivey, your
Yeah.
Carson Edwards that left early, that NBA guys, but I mean, CJ Cox for Purdue was like a 400 some recruit, like a 3-star, and Painter went to go recruit some other kids, saw CJ Cox playing there, gave the scholarship to him, offered him the scholarship because he just played harder as a better player on the floor. And,
Yeah.
I mean, I think he gets good role players, and that's why he's had such
He
a
gets what he
successful
sets up
career.
to.
Well, and it
they get
shows.
players like that, and he makes them.
I mean, heck, you
Really,
got
like
Edie,
it.
who wasn't recruited by anybody. He was like a 1-star, maybe 2-star at the most, and then came out, won 2 National Players of the Year. So I mean,
Well, and it shows in the NCAA tournament. While I mean, it's always happened some, but when you got 16 seeds now beating number ones, but that 16 seed team can have, not in every case, but sometimes guys who've been there a while
They've been
and they're
there.
older college players.
Yep.
That makes a big difference. I
Oh, yeah.
mean, that kind of levels. Talent's still talent.
I mean that
The more
UMBC
talented
year,
team will win, but not on a given night. You got experience and a little age, and you're playing good. Yeah. But very different atmosphere. We're all a little nostalgic for the old Scott style, but you got to take it for it is what it is now and go with it. So we all still like basketball and follow it, but you know, hey, that's a good thing. But there's a bigger fish to fry. Yes, it's Super Bowl week. Don't know about none of the teams are coming here for media.
The Bills.
Travis, the Bills.
The Bills, the Bills, the Bills.
He was very. Travis was from our last episode. He was so serious about the Bills winning, which we respect. I wish I had a Bills helmet here right now.
Show me the Bills.
But he would not even mention who they were going to beat.
I don't think he knew who they're going to play. To be quite honest.
Well, he could have. But
I think he threw the Commanders at
Oh,
the
he knew.
very
No,
end.
no, he knew they were going to play.
The Bills.
Oh hell, Swifty. I
well,
think he did know that.
the Bills and Chiefs game turned out to the typical great game, heartbreak for the Bills. When they didn't make it on the 1/4 down, they were doomed.
It's always referee's fault.
And to me, that was the best referee Chiefs game I'd seen. Don't you guys agree?
Oh, I agree.
Sunday?
For the Chiefs
Oh
game,
no, I was
Chiefs
sick.
game,
I didn't
yeah.
watch any of it. Sorry.
did you watch the Commanders though?
I only watched a quarter of that.
I watched the Redskins.
I didn't. I was sick.
Mikey was feeling bad.
I was. I told Wes I was about the worst I ever felt.
Well, Steven watched it. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
he watched it.
A great season by the old Commanders.
Yeah,
Slash
yeah.
Redskins.
Yeah, Stephen knew early that it wasn't going to work out, so he was okay with
He's
it.
okay.
Yeah, he didn't have to jump off a ledge or anything.
Yeah,
Well, right when that second, before that halftime, when it unraveled there for them 2 or 3 possessions,
Yeah.
you're like, uh-oh.
That's all my
This
oh,
isn't
great
good.
first drive by the Commanders. Saquon Barkley, 70
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh,
I
geez.
thought it was gonna be
They
a heck of a
couldn't.
ball
They
game
could. They
first.
tried to work their whole damn clock off, but they couldn't do it.
So his first 2 runs, I
They
think
did
he
a
had
great time
touchdowns.
management,
Yeah.
but
So-
The highlight for Stephen was when Frankie Louvu jumped over the pile like 6 times.
Yeah.
And then the referee was going to award
Award them the points.
Eagles
because-
points
yeah,
if
yeah.
they kept doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was
that's
trying,
right.
the Commanders were getting tired of them doing the push. And
Well, he was just
Frankie
trying to
Louvu
do it
just
right.
kept trying to time it to jump over the pile and grab and-
Offsides.
offsides.
Then another guy offsides.
And then the
ref
referee
said-
finally got mad. Say what he said.
The ref said, "We can allow this to be a touchdown if this continuous
Behavior.
behavior
Was
keeps
that-
happening."
Yeah.
Now, is that Romo?
hey, you got to stop the tush push somehow.
Yeah, I know. I would too.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a
Okay.
Romo game, right?
But I
they
hate,
moved the ball up 3 times like that.
I hate to tell
The
the
guy in
refs,
Washington was like this.
there has to be like a rule for that, not just, we are tired.
They
Well,
said-
no,
It's gonna be the
Let's-
Commanders rule next year, like the Bills.
Yeah.
The Bills rule.
They
the
said that it's
overtime.
in the rule book.
Yep.
It is in the rules.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, because I'm like, well, we're now setting the
Tom,
new rule
Tom Brady,
in this game.
Yeah, Tom Brady let everybody know that
Brady
it was.
did, okay.
Yeah, Tom Brady let everybody
I
know
do
that it
remember
was the
saying
rule
that before,
book. Yeah,
before the referee
By
said that, he
rule,
said
if this
that.
continuous behavior
Yeah.
keeps happening,
Yeah.
the
we can
We can
award
award
Eagles
even
points a
without
touchdown.
actually scoring a touchdown.
Wow.
Yes.
Now that is,
I would have kept doing
that's,
it.
Yeah.
that's,
Do it. You won't. That's what I would have been like.
That's-
You won't
You
do
don't
it.
do it.
see,
You
I'm
ain't
Eric.
got the. You know what?
YouTube it up sometime. You
Yeah,
just, they just
I'm
keep
actually-
You don't have
up
enough flags in your pocket to stop me from jumping.
Yeah.
I'm actually arrogant about sports reporting. The guys hear me complain about that. I don't think sports. You're like, okay, you help run the Coaches Crew podcast. Are you real educated? Well, I think we know how to talk
You know
about
why. I'm not.
sports, whereas it's not always about legacy or retirement or a controversy. That, guys, is good sports reporting.
Yeah.
As I did no clue of that.
Yeah.
So
Stephen goes, Dad, did you see Frankie Louvu jump over the line 5 times? They kept moving at 3 inches because all they could go was
They don't
another
go
2
so much.
inches because half the distance.
Why not try to time?
Why
it?
not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Until they tell you, hey,
Yeah,
your behavior.
because they kept
All
running
he
that
has to do is
stupid
snap the ball and
push.
go like this.
See,
Touchdown.
yeah.
Might as well jump over it.
and that's really going to have to be stopped.
All Jalen
They're-
Hurts has to do
they're
is
gonna
snap
have
With
to
the
Yeah.
Eagles,
Touchdown.
with the
Yeah.
Eagles
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 teams that do that
Yeah.
now.
See, I
The
don't
Bills
see
were
problem
doing
with
it.
Yeah, the Bills.
The
they
Bills
Yeah.
did it a
Yeah.
few times.
And the Bills were too predictable about it.
Yeah.
Well, no, they tried
They
to
were
do a-
stubborn in that
And they
game.
tried to do a fake one, and then
Yeah.
that's what's wrong.
The Bills were a little too stubborn on their things. I mean, great. Who wouldn't want to run Josh Allen for crying out loud? But, I mean, they were running over the left. You got Chris Jones and those guys, a great defensive line. So
George
you got to
Karlaftis.
use a little bit of variation.
Yeah,
and they were
I think
stubborn.
they did a little too much.
They were stubborn. And it kind of hurt them a little bit.
Yeah.
All right,
But-
back to you, Rob.
We're, okay, it's a repeat. Travis, I wish you were right. That's all I can say. I wish you'd call Travis if you're awake. Yeah, he's celebrating family birthdays. Call us in. Call in, Travis.
Call in Travis.
Travis,
Yeah.
you awake?
But
I got his Bills helmet on.
No, he's probably out there busting water fountains open for
Yeah.
Seattle.
he's rematch Eagles,
Bundle.
Chiefs. Tell us real quickly what you think of the game and who's going to win.
Oh, do I have to go first? Oh, I'm on the
Yeah,
air.
yeah.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Well, if you want to go by social standards, social media standards, Ron Tolbert is the head official, who is, as they call
Friends of the family.
the friends of the Mahomes,
Yeah.
friends of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think Chiefs offense isn't as good as they have been in years past. The Eagles have a really good defense. I think it'll be a close game. I personally want to see the Eagles win. I don't want to see the three-peat. I'm over the Mahomes dynasty, but everybody's over the. I mean, we had the Tom Brady dynasty. Now we're over the Patrick Mahomes dynasty, but I want to see Jalen Hurts and Saquon get their first ring. We going scores or no?
I might
No?
if you want, but you
I don't know yet. So I'm going to say Eagles. Let's go
Okay.
Eagles.
All right, Wes.
All right. Well, he pretty much summed it up for me too, because I'm the same way. I want to see the Eagles win. I think it'll be a close game too. hopefully Mahomes will have the ball in his hands with 20 seconds to go.
And get tackled.
Get tackled out of bounds, probably a flag get thrown.
There you go.
I'm going Eagles. Probably, I'm going with my heart. That's the Eagles. If I had to put money on it, I might go with the Chiefs. But I don't, and I'm not going to put
It's
money
kind of
on
a
it.
Travis answer.
So
Yeah.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Wes, who are you?
2.5
Yeah,
points.
I'm with it. Yeah.
It's probably gonna be 2.5 points for the Chiefs and favorites.
Is he
2.5.
Okay.
The Eagles.
Is that what he said?
Did you
Oh,
text
hey,
All right.
we got it.
I just
Yeah.
I say the Eagles are going to win. The Eagles will win.
Go Bills.
Thank you.
Was that Travis or Gomer Pyle?
Oh my God.
That was Travis.
Travis.
Half asleep still.
Travis
Still
Pyle.
sleeping.
Travis, I don't think you sound like Gomer Pyle, but maybe you do today. So Eagles,
I'm
Eagles.
gonna say Eagles.
Mike Huff. Mike
Are you
Huff.
ready?
Are you ready?
Are you
Here
ready?
it is.
And this, again, is from the heart. For my son Steven, again, Redskins fan. The hatred for the Eagles for him is beyond whatever right now. NFC East hatred, Eagles. I hate the Eagles. So with that being said, I'm rooting for Mahomes, Kelsey, Taylor, the Hunt family. Gracie Hunt, you're beautiful. We're going with the Chiefs.
Make sure cover her ears. She just heard
All right,
that.
that's my Chiefs.
I guess the Laney Wilson's next
Laney ain't
bowling
gonna like
date's
it.
out. But if,
Have you
Laney,
ever
She's sad
You ever
now.
seen Gracie Hunt?
if you take Gracie Hunt bowling, take her to Newcastle.
Okay, I will.
Rushboro Lanes is great, but maybe Cedar Grove.
All right, go Chiefs.
Wow, go Chiefs. All right, Rob.
All right.
Andy Reid.
Well, hey, okay, I respect him.
Go Chiefs.
Simple as that, I guess.
Yeah, he
So
hates
do
the
our-
Eagles. Cowbell hates the Eagles too. He don't want to tell you that.
Actually, we're 3 Eagles with our friend Travis and 2 Chiefs.
So where are you at, Alan?
He
I'm
hates
going,
Travis.
well,
Kelsey.
I do, and I'm not even going to get too
yeah,
elaborate.
I don't want to get you.
But I'm going to say, finally, the defensive line is going to get pressure on Mahomes.
And there'll
The
be
Eagles,
multiple
the
flags.
defense this time, I think, is going to play well. I think Saquon Barkley is the difference maker,
Saquon.
and I'm going to go Eagles. So we're tied up. Sit 3-3.
Fly.
No.
Eagles.
We're 4-2.
We're going
Four and
2
two.
Chiefs.
Yeah, we're going good.
That's Reed. You're the.
Have you ever seen
you're
that
the
Eagles fan? Dallas, we hate you. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I've
Dallas,
seen all
we
that
hate
crap.
You. We
Well, I
want
hate
Dallas.
Dallas.
They
we
threw
hate
snowballs at freaking Santa Claus. Keep up,
Hey,
Eagles.
and I'm doing it in honor of Vince Papale and Dick Vermeil and Ron Jaworski.
Wilbur Montgomery.
Well, I liked him too. He was pretty good. Come on, Carl Big Daddy Harrison for crying out loud.
Ron Jaworski.
Yeah, Ron Jaworski, Jaws.
Oh, Fletcher Cox.
And, well,
You
he's
know
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Sean
yeah.
Jackson.
Hey,
Give me my
Deshaun
football.
Jackson.
Hey, before that, guys,
Tony Danza did
before
one
Tony
in a
Danza,
movie.
was he like, did he think he was Vince? He play a Dallas Cowboy once?
No, it was the Eagles, I think. Tony Danza was Eagles.
I thought he was a cowboy.
That was Mark Wahlberg.
That's
No, that's
Mark
Mark Wahlberg.
Wahlberg was.
That's
yeah,
invincible.
That's invincible. Yeah, walked onto the team.
Tony
and played.
Danza.
Tony Danza.
But no, he was
Angel
in.
type, Angels and outfield type thing.
No,
Football.
you're you are
Football,
right.
not baseball.
No, but it was one of the movies like
He
that.
played a movie where he was trying out for the Dallas Cowboys, and he didn't make it, but he was in love with one of the cheerleaders, and he couldn't date the cheerleader.
That's good. That's my kind of movie.
It's, He's right about Tony Danza. Look it up on YouTube.
So it was Tony Danza.
Hey,
So,
before
yeah.
we talk about our Super Bowl memory that's important to us, or memories,
Tell me yours.
we're changing up the Papa shot today in honor of the Super Bowl. I'm going to have to guard
We're gonna throw a football at it.
pretty close.
Oh, he's breaking out.
He just ripped his britches. Got a big old rip right down the britches. Way to go,
Yeah.
Rob.
See it?
Hurry up, Rob. My belly's starting to hurt. That
Hold on.
breakfast is
I'm going to
coming
have to
through.
do it a little lower. Just a little lower. We are
Is Travis
throwing
one?
the Brookville
you like it
Greyhound
to throw?
football from 1968.
Wow.
Everybody gets you get a throw.
1968. That's a good year.
1968, Wayne Foster's senior year,
It's gonna be so hard to make.
and I'm going to hold on to it.
Okay.
So instead of the usual throws, you can still dedicate it.
This is left.
Yeah, watch it, man. Don't get yourself hurt.
Here, wait a minute. Let me get it.
Like, I gotta,
Okay, I'm going to get off camera and hold the thing.
Off camera.
so that doesn't go crazy.
Don't get
Still
it.
Brandon,
I'm
if
still
you want to
seeing you on.
dedicate, this is for Super Bowl.
Super
Papa
Bowl.
shot.
Yeah,
Here we
this is-
go. Brandon,
say
who you
Chips
want?
Ahoy.
Any dedication?
Oh,
The big game. You can't say Super Bowl.
it's a big game. Oh, we'll go with this one. When the Colts won the Super Bowl, we got school off the next day.
There you go.
That 1 year. I was like 8 years old.
Sweet.
St. Michael's.
Oh my gosh.
It's so much
Whoa,
harder.
So
with
much for
football.
the Colts.
It's a lot. It's
It's
a
so-
lot.
Greyhounds
Go
won,
Bengals.
Brandon.
Yeah.
nothing.
Go Bengals! I was in the
All
hallway.
right.
Let me
Man,
hold
it's
on
kinda
to
heavy.
it because you wanted to.
Heavier than I thought it was.
Bengals been to 3 Super Bowls, lost all of them, but they've all been fairly close.
Should have won all of them.
Should have won all of them, but let's go with
Jim Breach.
that's a good one.
Jim,
Jim
Breach,
Breach.
baby. Jim Breach.
Should
This
we
is
go
for
for
you, Jim Breach, number
Jim
3.
Breach.
Jim Breach for you.
Oh man, Brandon, can you help
Jim
me?
hit that shot for old high school.
Mike Huff, you can't use that big one. The only reason is it'll knock the computer off. I know.
Oh, yeah, don't
I don't think it's going to.
Dedication.
It's gonna go right in.
Dedication.
Yeah. Super Bowl 3.
Joe Namath. Mike Huff's predicting the win or the. He's
Joe
making-
Namath after the big win, running off the field. Joe Namath into his commercial days and being on the Brady Bunch.
Bobby Brady, good catch. Oh! That happened to Bobby Brady. Don't feel bad.
It did.
Here we go. Brandon Cowan.
This is for the Bills.
Brandon
Yes,
Cowan.
this is Travis. I'm sorry.
Oh, darn
That
it.
was Travis. Now Rob Cowan. Uh-oh.
Who threw that? Josh Allen?
Yeah, it sure did. This is for when the Super Bowl was in Indianapolis.
Who?
Dadgummit. Thing's heavy.
God, the old under.
Oh, I told you it was
Whatever, guys.
Gosh. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to miss it too.
I'm
My release was
dedicating
off.
mine
My release was off.
to all the great Brookville quarterbacks, but also I'm doing it for Kenny Anderson
Yeah.
and one of my personal favorites, Sean Shore will be proud,
The snake.
Snake
Yeah.
and Jim Plunkett.
Oh, Plunkett, yeah.
Oh, you should have went with the overthrow.
terrible.
None of our throws
Yeah,
did that justice.
We should go again.
Let's bring the color balls out now.
Well, I tell you what. We can bring them out
Let's get
later.
them out.
Can everybody
Russell Wilson
see?
gets the Bengals over 5.
Yeah. Well, I asked the guys about a topic since we're celebrating. You know, media coverage goes wild on Super Bowl week. It's pageantry. It's fun. Rob, stuff that I love. He brought everything. It's about every Super Bowl. Who was entertainers, where it was played. Of course, the scores and coaches. Even had somebody who I know, Pete Fountain, as one of the entertainers. The old guy who had the rockets on.
Yeah.
Super Bowl memories. We could talk for 3 hours, but I want each guy. And if you got a couple that's split the thing, that's okay. But Brandon, what is your favorite Super Bowl memory? That's something you just love to remember. Or think about the Super Bowls.
Well, off the top would be probably, Cincinnati guy, watching them go to the Super Bowl. They lost to the Rams, but watching your favorite team go to the Super Bowl is a pretty fun time. Watching their journey there, the close games with field goal by McPherson to beat Tennessee, field goal by McPherson to beat the Chiefs. The whole controversy of Burrow had 2 more seconds, Jamar Chase was wide open, would have the game-winning touchdown. But think about older ones before my time. It was the was it Tennessee Rams, the 1 yard loss.
I don't think I even remember that.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. And then probably the 1 year, I think one of the funniest memories was, I believe it was Niners Ravens, where the lights went out the Superdome in New Orleans.
I almost thought that was
And
fixed.
kind
It
of
was.
changed the
did.
momentum of
It
the
did.
game.
It did.
Shoot, yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
Watched getting Ray Lewis wins and retires after that. And, another retirement would be Peyton Manning going off on top. When they got smothered the year before
Yeah.
that. But
Changed the way they played too.
Yep.
It was all about defense that next time.
Yep.
He had, by statistics, a very modest game, but he also had some great plays. He managed the game, but he won a Super Bowl.
I got like 2 more, but I'll let you guys go first. I'll let you go before I say anything else.
That's interesting one about that Titans Tennessee, how close that was.
Yeah, that was a good.
One
Yeah,
yarder.
guys.
The Rams. Greatest show on turf.
Yeah, it was. That one moment.
Wes, take it away.
I'm gonna say 1988 was it? Bengals. 88,
It
89.
sure was.
Close game. I think we lost by 4 points. 20 to
That's-
16, was it?
That's the Crumni leg going over the.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Tim Crumry got his leg all mangled up.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought we had that game. Thought we had the interception in the end zone by.
Guys, bringing back
Rob's
Rob's
all
memories.
I'm sorry, Rob, to bring back his memories.
That's okay.
Lewis Billups, I believe it was.
Yeah, it
dropped the
sure was.
interception.
Stanford Jennings.
Stanford Jennings took the kickoff
Yeah.
all the way back. Really had us pumped up at the time. I think I was like in 9th grade.
Oh,
so I was fired up.
I was in college.
What dude got busted for cocaine? and Didn't
Stanley
play?
Wilson.
Stanley Wilson.
Stanley
Was that
Wilson.
that
Yeah, it'd
year?
been,
They
Yeah.
sure
he was in there. It could have been a different
They
game.
found him. They were out looking for him. They found him, and he. It's a
out.
long, sad story.
Yeah, it was out.
Yeah, yeah.
What else,
Yeah,
Wes?
that one, that's probably. It was a tough one because the Bengals lost, but that's one that sticks in my head. Another one that really sticks in my head is my favorite, maybe Super Bowl memory is when the Colts lost to the Saints. Just because everybody was really hitting the Colts pretty hard. And,
That'd be
I mean, they were good.
that'd be
Uh,
Super Bowl 44, by the way.
Super Bowl 44.
I just don't remember. The Colts win when the Saints come marching in.
Yeah.
I just remember that. I just said Michael days we were talking about it. And the computer lab, Mrs. Thompson.
Yeah.
Saints come on.
Well, the Saints come marching in. Mrs. Thompson, computer class. St.
Wes
Michael's.
kind of threw a negative spear. Into
Well,
his
that's not a
head.
negative, but it's not really negative.
See, no,
'cause
it-
since me being a Bengals fan, it just kind of hurts because I wanted that to be my team. So
You gotta
I'm
tell
jealous.
us.
I'm
Yeah,
jealous.
jealousy
We've been there 3 times. We have none. I'm jealous. I admit it.
You got to speak from the heart. You
Yeah.
did.
And one of these ones, the guy that fell on his head made the catch. Who was that?
For the Giants?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Oh,
Eli Manning.
yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
You're talking about beating the Patriots.
Yeah.
David Tyree.
David Tyree.
Yeah.
That catch.
Came by
he, like,
mid-
fell
oh,
on
the
his head.
helmet catch.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Then
I
kind
like
of
that.
the opposite for the Patriots, the Julie Edelman saving catch the ball up in the air against the Falcons.
Was like
Yeah.
off his leg? Because that was a great
Yeah.
one. Because it was what 23 Falcons at the half.
28-3.
At the half, and
As far as exciting Super Bowl, that's one of the top.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wes, any others?
Yeah, one more. When they didn't give the ball to Marshawn Lynch at the 1
So I
yard
was gonna bring
line
up, yeah.
Yeah.
against the Patriots, right?
Yeah, best running back in the league. Let's
Yeah.
throw it on the 2 yard line going in.
Right.
Overcoached.
Yeah.
There.
Didn't give it to beast mode. I was like, oh man.
Malcolm Butler,
Yeah,
INT.
yeah, you're right.
He's actually I think on Pat McAfee podcast or Pat McAfee show a lot now. But yeah, they
Yeah.
talked about that. So
Man, Wes, you're bringing up some
Well,
interesting ones.
that's about all I got. What you got, Hef?
Well, mine goes way back so I can remember,
Now
and
we're
it has
talking.
to do with the Redskins
Oh,
again.
I was gonna say, is that the
1983 Super Bowl, John Riggins, 4th and
They
1,
had the
handoff against the Dolphins,
is that Doug Williams?
55-yard touchdown run on 4th and 1. I always remember him running down the
The
sideline.
Diesel.
The Diesel. And then the second one would be the next year, Oakland Raiders versus Washington Redskins. Marcus Allen with an unbelievable 75-yard touchdown run. When they hand him the ball off, he goes one way, comes all the way back around to the middle of the field and runs it
boom.
75 yards for a touchdown. For some reason, them always stick in my mind.
Pat
What year was
Summerall's
that?
quote on that.
84.
84.
Yeah.
Pat
83
Summerall's
and 84.
quote,
Yeah.
Marcus Allen runs into the night.
Yes.
Reversal run.
Reversal.
straight up
It was,
the middle.
yeah. Because he kind of stopped and, you know how he just kind of stopped and twisted himself. Went all the way back around. There was nobody there. Yeah.
It's funny
Yeah.
you bring up that game. I bet a guy, I was in 4th grade, I bet a guy $1 on that game. He had the Redskins, I had the Raiders.
Steven?
I won, and until this day, he still never paid me. He
Oh,
owes me
no.
$1.
Matt Davis.
I won't say who it is, but yeah, some
MD.
guy owes me $1. You know
MD.
who it is.
Matt Davis.
Hey up,
Indeed.
Is
dude.
it Davis?
No, it wasn't Matt Davis.
Who was
Hughes.
it? Reno?
let's call him
No.
out. Let's call him out right now. Let's do it.
You might get your butt.
Anybody remember Jared Byram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Jared Byram.
Jared?
I was
I don't
about
know
to
if
say
you're listening.
Cruising.
You owe him his money,
Is there,
Jared. Bring it
interest,
on.
is there interest on this?
Yeah, that's been like 40, what?
It'd be $1.01,
41
please.
years ago.
So, Huppy, yours are interesting.
$41.
'cause
Yeah.
I got big memories.
and
of
Tell
then,
me
that.
41.
and then Pete Johnson's 4 runs from the goal line
Oh,
in
no.
Super Bowl 16. I still remember being in 1st grade staring at the TV thinking,
Yeah.
even I thinking, well, that's dumb.
Dan Bunce and
Yeah.
My dad was at
Jack
that game.
Hacksaw Reynolds.
Yeah, grabbed him four straight times from the one. And all they had to do was, yeah.
Tush push it.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. Remember that one? Pete
Yo,
Johnson?
I remember well.
I'm about ready to start tearing up.
I'm getting
Yeah.
$40?
Yeah, that.
sad memory here. I'm gonna pat my helmet and I'm sad.
Don't
Go
cry.
ahead, Rob. Go ahead. Make me cry some more.
Oh, well, I'd have to be Super Bowl 41 would be Colts and Bears because the Colts are in it.
The weather Super Bowl.
Yeah, it rained like crazy. It's Miami.
Mhm.
And probably the second one would be, he's already said the 44 with the Colts and the Saints. Which that one there, I love it. I was happy either way. I was wearing my Breeze jersey and my Colts hat, so either way it'd be fine.
It's not breeze.
That was a breeze. That was a breeze.
Either
Well,
way,
let's
either
see
way,
here.
he's all right with that one, yeah.
Oh, well, then the next one would be 46, which that's the one they had in Indy. So I did like that one.
Then you like Janet Jackson.
Yeah. Well, that was
on
going,
your sheet
now this
there.
here's going to be.
Wait a minute.
I wasn't going to bring that one
I
up.
don't know if we
It was
can
gonna be
edit
the
this.
halftime stuff.
Keep it clean here.
I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
I'm just saying, since Janet Jackson.
Okay.
You know, and 1993 is when your halftime started really getting big. That's when they had Michael.
Okay.
All right.
They got
Then
really big
the
Janet.
first sponsored Super Bowl show was back in '79, and that was by Carnival Cruises. So they're
Okay.
the ones sponsored Super Bowl by Carnival Cruises. All right. The only good one was when they had country, and that was back in '94. And then the one that broke all Super Bowls was 2024, I do believe, or what did I put on there? 2024.
It was last year.
That's wrong. That'd be 2004. That's when Janet Jackson had the wardrobe malfunction.
Wardrobe
malfunction.
That was a
Wardrobe
very
malfunction.
that was
Let's
a
just
very,
leave it at
very,
that.
very bad Super Bowl halftime show, and that was probably the last time I watched the Super Bowl halftime.
You know, quick story about one. My mom watched
Dog
one of
Dr.
them with
Dre.
me, and Mom was great to watch stuff. And
Awesome.
it was somebody, the headliner.
Out there.
Yeah.
I think it was Bruno Mars, but then
Yes,
Red
Bruno
Hot
Mars
Chili
out there.
Peppers came
Yeah.
on, and Mom was like, "This is the most awful thing I've ever seen." I said, "Mom, the Red Hot Chili Peppers is the highlight of this mess." I don't remember, but guys, you're leaving in me as the anchor.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm going to, of course, acknowledge all three Bengals Super Bowls. I can tell you where I was sitting, what I was eating, anything about them, and I'm not going to go into it. They're heartbreaking. Just proud they were there. Proud they were all three great games. But it's funny, a lot of times with me, memories go back to when I first started loving stuff. And a Super Bowl that always will, always has, stays in my memory, is the Raiders-Eagles the year before the first Bengals. Jim Plunkett's year with the Raiders, first time. The Raiders, I was kind of this odd Raider fan because the Bengals weren't on TV a lot and the Raiders were. I like Kenny Stabler. I love John Madden, and then Tom Flores got in there. But Jim Plunkett came out of nowhere. He was done almost in football. He's a former Heisman Trophy winner, sat the bench. Dan Pastorini, they trade Stabler. They're losing. Stabler gets injured. Plunkett comes in. It was like they just happened to be on TV a lot. And they just start winning. They got Lester Hayes. They got Mark Van Egan, Matusak, and all these guys. And Cliff Branch was still there. And they traded Dave Casper then. He went to the Oilers.
He's a friendly guy.
And, yeah, he was awesome. Hall of
They
Famer.
call me that.
But they had a lot of cast-off guys. And the Eagles were had their best season. They beat Dallas, got in the Super Bowl. They're very disciplined. Raiders were wild men. But it's funny, Wes, you mentioned a bet. Me and Andy Tebby, we bet each other, not $1, not 50 cents, 75 cents
Oh.
on the Super
big
Bowl. He was like,
spender.
well, the Eagles are just better. They're going to win. And I was like, I'm going with the Raiders.
That was a pop.
And Kenny King,
Yeah.
I could just name almost all that Raider. But the thing is, I also was a huge Browns fan that year. And the Raiders played the Browns in that kind of freezer bowl game where the Browns threw one, they always call it 57 die G or something, one last play. They didn't want to kick.
Inside.
And that Mike Davis intercepts. And then the Raiders win against the Chargers. And a great AFC championship game. So that Super Bowl to me, I can just almost replay play by play. I don't know why.
I could tell.
It just, yeah. That was the longest pass play.
I didn't know a lot.
Yeah, from scrimmage.
Yeah.
that Super Bowl, and there's been a lot of great, exciting Super Bowls. That's one that I was actually happy about.
Yeah.
But my first Super Bowl that I ever remember watching from beginning to end was Dallas, Denver Broncos, where Roger Staubach and then beat Craig Morton and Tony Dorsett's first
Tony Dorsett.
his rookie year. That's when I first remember everything about a Super Bowl.
When's that? Late 70s?
1977. Yeah. And I
You
remember
got a
the
great
Steeler
memory from
games.
that stuff.
And there was the one I slept through. Watch all the pregame, folks. Back then, pregame was only 2 hours
2
long.
hours, yeah, now it's not.
But I'm into it. I start watching it at 4 o'clock. My dad had the fireplace going. Watch every second. See the kickoff. It's Rams Steelers. End of the Steeler dynasty. Fall asleep. Wake up right at halftime. Oh no, I slept through the first half. Fall back asleep. See the last 2 plays of the game.
You woke up and Mark Tomlin was the coach.
It's a true story. Yeah.
Well, so I
That's it.
had
Yeah.
one more. Me and Wes were talking about it. So I was discussing this the other day with our athletic director, Dustin Ryan, and our assistant principal, Jacob Hedrick. And we were talking about different ones, and they brought up some of the ones I talked about. But the one that I kind of forgot about that Dustin brought up was the Cardinals-Steelers. The Centennial Holmes catch to win the game, toe tapper.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a great catch
Yes.
by him and a great throw by Roethlisberger. But
What's your biggest blowout game
Don't
you
let me
remember?
know.
The one that was just a month, because there have been quite a few blowouts in the Super Bowl. What's your greatest blowout
it's probably one of the
game that you remember?
probably one of the Chiefs.
The one that sucked the most for me is when the Chargers got their asses handed to them from
Okay, that's one of them.
49ers. 49ers beating the Broncos 55-10.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was as complete, in
Yeah.
Leon Searcy's words, a slaughter.
Yep.
You remember another one? Anybody else? A big slaughter?
Oh, we can find mine.
43-8. Peyton Manning over somebody or somebody over Peyton Manning.
Oh, yeah.
Denver.
Denver,
They
yeah.
got
Yeah.
slaughtered.
That was the year before he won and retired.
Okay.
Yeah. Who beat him?
Seattle, I
Man,
believe.
all that next, yeah.
Oh, it was
Was
brutal.
it Seattle beat him?
That was
Am I right,
brutal.
Seattle?
That was
Sounds right.
Seattle
that was
beat
bad
him?
right from the beginning of that one.
Yeah.
3-8, okay.
Now, do you guys know the whole? They're trying to speak it into existence with the color schemes with the logos for the Super Bowl. How every year they have the little
Oh, yes,
colors.
yes.
So they've released next year's already.
Bengals win?
No, the joke. Do you want the joke or do you want the real version? The joke version is Colts Cowboys because it's like an all blue one.
Mm-hmm.
So they're predicting Lions Bills next year is the thought right now.
Lions, Bills.
To speak it into existence with the NFL script.
Travis
God.
would like that.
Oh yeah, Travis,
He's over by
big
my
Bills
ankle.
fan over here. He's loving it.
Yeah.
He's over. Well, we're gonna go bowling, lady.
Yeah, he's,
Oh, wait a minute. On our predictions, is anybody still alive then? On our Super Bowl predictions,
I don't-
Travis obviously now.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Bills are in.
The
I was
Commanders,
Bills
which I was
Lions.
good with. Beat
Yeah, we
the
were Lions.
Lions.
We were gonna get free pizza.
Yeah, free pizza.
Was.
Wes didn't get the vote.
No, I wasn't here that
Way to
night.
go.
Wait a
He
minute,
was
Wes
going- he was
just
going with the
automatically
We should have had a
said,
picture.
Chiefs, Eagles.
I probably would have been with Travis. I've been with the Bills and
no.
I might have got the
Puppies,
Eagles right.
Commanders, even though they made a great run. So obviously you don't want us betting for you at Vegas.
Right.
No.
In fact, you probably want to do the opposite of what the coach's corner crew says.
Yeah.
Right? Vikings. I think I said that was going to be a good game.
Vikings,
Wrong again.
That was you voted Vikings Texans.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, that was your you
Bud Grant
texted
was
us,
talking
remember?
to you.
Oh, okay.
You're 90 degrees below zero.
I was thinking of Bud Grant, and I was wrong again.
Wrong again, Colonel Sanders.
But anyway, guys, we got Super Bowl Sunday. That's going to be exciting. Where are y'all watching it at? Having any parties?
I'll probably just be at the
My
house. Probably.
So I'll probably be at my house.
I'm
Yeah.
sleeping.
I don't know where I'm gonna be
What's
at.
going on up there?
I got school the next day.
I do. I got school night.
Yeah, I got work
School
next day.
night.
EW
Long drive
Brockman's
to
is
work.
my school.
Well,
If they cut out that long halftime, I'd probably stay up for the whole game. But I can't guarantee it with that long halftime, unless it's a really good one. Oh, who's on this
Kendrick
year?
Lamar, I think, and
It ain't gonna be very good.
Kendrick's gonna
who the
rap.
heck is
Kendrick's
that?
gonna rap?
He's gonna
I
rap.
think it's.
Hardcore
I'm pretty
rap.
sure it's Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Who was Gling, 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 gling,
Dr.
gling,
Dre,
gling,
Snoop
gling,
Dogg.
Oh,
gling,
Snoop Dogg, about you, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Snoop Dogg.
Right,
Yeah,
that was-
man.
I loved it. I was
Yeah,
having a great time.
Ding, 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 ding.
the car
I
bounce?
said, that's the only part of it I liked.
You like old Snoop.
What was that again, Rob?
Snoop, I like it when he goes, "Don't get away, Timo, so fast," or something like that. On that commercial, he always goes,
That's
Oh,
"Slow
Timo.
down, Timo, don't get away so
Yeah,
fast."
T-Mo, what dad likes.
I do kind of like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
I like old Snoopy.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
good one.
Coach Snoop.
Right.
But guys, so you watching? You having a party, or are you guys just watching at your house?
Yeah, it's too long way.
Travis, he'll be partying
It's
up
a
with
week
the
away. It's a
family.
week away. I don't know what's going on.
Me and
He'll
Julie
be a
sometimes
30
go do
pack
stuff,
of whatever.
but now that I don't much care about it,
I'll be laying in my bed.
last time I watched that one at Tom Tressler's house, and I ate some fried fish he made, the Eagles
Yeah.
Chiefs. That shows you how much I cared about the Super Bowl. I enjoyed the fried fish better than
Yeah,
the
you
Super
don't even
Bowl.
like fish.
I hate
Yeah.
fish.
But hey, all right,
Makes it
you
even
know.
better.
Good luck to your our fans, and share anything
Go
with us
Swifties.
about your Super Bowl memories if you ever want to. Upcoming, we got CYO episode. We hope at the end of the month we'll announce all that on Facebook. We'll get a picture up. We should have took a picture over at breakfast. Dang it, we didn't take a
Shoulda,
picture of
coulda,
us over
woulda.
at breakfast.
We didn't shoot the balls again.
Yeah.
Bows.
Oh, do you want to shoot them again?
Yeah, yeah.
I would've been closer.
Brandon wants it.
Oh, well, we can do it.
Oh, Brandon.
We got time. We got time.
Brandon, I'm talking to Brandon.
We got time.
You're
We've
talking
been past-
through me.
Colors, colors.
Yeah, give him
Oh,
one.
I want my Greyhound green.
Greyhound.
I'll hand them out. Yellow. Somebody's got a yellow.
West for
I'll
Laurel.
be yellow for Laurel.
Laurel.
Yellow Jack.
Huffy, do you want the purple?
Yeah, bring one.
Yellow.
I get 2 shots?
Sure, why not?
Why not?
Purple.
LSU.
Greyhound.
Greyhound green.
Gonna have to get some new color at Brookville.
We gotta get some. This guy need more weight in it. That's a problem.
I like it.
I'm going back to episode 1. Matt Miller,
Looks like
I
me
will hit one
again.
for you.
St. Michael.
St. Michael Red.
A couple of
Robbie,
us I
you
can't
go
dunk it.
first. You go first.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not
I
going to
like it.
dedicate on the
I
first
like
one.
it.
We're gonna, can we see it?
That looks
Yeah,
like
we
it's
can.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Oh.
That's
Graham.
normal. Go ahead, Greyhound. What
Whoa,
is
whoa,
this?
whoa.
Sit down.
Who do you think you
Oh,
You
are?
almost missed it. That's the problem.
Do you think you're Dave back?
Yep,
Yeah.
they back
Laid it in, bro.
downtown, Billy Brown.
I don't know if he's going to get a chips.
That
Ahoy
doesn't.
for
That doesn't.
Nobody
count.
said I couldn't stand.
That doesn't count.
Where's the rules?
Okay.
Nobody said you couldn't stand.
All right, we'll do it. We'll do
Well, no,
it.
you can't stand.
Well, now you tell me too late.
It's
now.
like the
I
ref.
won't stand next
That's
time.
going to be a touchdown.
Yeah, if you don't stop doing that.
Rob, that's in the rule book. You can't
Oh.
stand. Oh,
He
man.
don't say nothing in there about it.
Laurel.
Laurel. Wasn't there a great Laurel player, Jimmy Mullins?
Of
Was
course.
that his name?
Yeah, but he was red and black.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all
Oh,
right.
he
He went to
wore the
school there,
gold.
yeah.
He wore the gold.
For Jimmy Mullins.
Oh, Jim.
I say Rob's shot counts.
That was so bad.
Travis said
Ow.
All
I
right.
want a quick shot though.
That was quick shot.
St. Michael CYO beginnings. Gary Lawson, Jay Taylor, Kelly Naylor, the whole bunch. Todd Phillips. That's fine,
baby.
Gary Lawson.
All right. Brookville Greyhounds.
Now you're talking.
Okay.
Jeez, on that.
He actually earned it. He actually earned it.
You would make Hubie Brandstetter proud on that.
That was
Ron
nothing
Joel.
but net.
Tim Brack.
Nothing but net.
Go ahead, Viking.
All right, Louisiana State Gymnastics, big win over
There we go
Missouri.
again.
Go LSU.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
I'm gonna shoot
And on my
this for.
shoulder.
I'm gonna shoot this for a different sport. I'm gonna see FC Wrestling have a heck of a regional. Let's get some champs up there.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
FC Wrestling.
Oh,
man.
Wesley.
Almost did the
Close.
rebound shot.
Doesn't really count as
Brandon
half court
Callan.
shot for the beat cancer.
Nice job on that dunk, by the
Beat
way.
cancer for all our
Singer
research.
Land Farms.
Singer
You-
Farms.
Yeah,
and
everyone,
Petroleum.
everyone who does
Let's
it
do
for
it.
us.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Good turnout today.
Good job, guys.
We
It's
had
the
a-
guys with the furthest shots that didn't make
we
it.
had it. You're kind of higher than
That'll be
everybody.
$100.
It's a rough
That'll be
shot,
$100.
right?
Hey, Travis owes me a hundo.
Yeah.
Travis owes me a hundo.
Hey,
No.
you owe him money.
You-
You owe him
Hey.
money.
Hey,
He stole some
hey,
money.
we'd like to thank
Looks like
Singer Brother Farms
CCTV.
Yeah.
for
It
donating
looks like
$50 on
CCTV.
behalf of every winner today.
If you've seen this guy, tell him to return the donuts to Dairyland.
Shit.
Oh, Huffy, did you even get the beacon today?
I didn't even get the beacon.
Where is it?
I don't have the. I had the football midway through.
Oh, we can't
I think
gyrate
the
it.
room's been.
I've had a rough week.
They probably hit it.
I like them Spartan fans
You
too.
know
Yeah.
what, Rob? We didn't talk about the most important thing that happened yesterday.
Jeez, oh Pete, who's been in here?
I don't know. I didn't
We
like
didn't talk
it.
about the most important thing that happened yesterday.
What's that?
We were in Indianapolis.
Oh, the wrestling. Go for it.
John Cena ended up getting by Uso at the last minute. That's a good Royal
Uso.
Rumble match. Due Charlotte Flair's back, she won. She won the women's Royal Rumble. Very well put on.
Good call.
I give it to the. If you want to have anything big time in your city, we need to go to Indianapolis. Indianapolis does one heck of a job for any kind of sporting event, anything actually, but they really go out of the way for sporting events, and I will give them 100% good go on that.
Well,
100%
sorry, I'm
satisfaction rate.
messed up by the glow of the lightsaber up here. Luke Skywalker.
Jesus H. Crime.
Oh,
You guys are
hey, Brandon, what's the song? All right. Well, I'm not going to sing anymore tonight, but good luck, everybody, on your Super Bowl. For all our listeners and watchers, thanks for being. Next time, come join us for breakfast. Julie, thanks for helping with the breakfast. We're going to be out of here, guys, because I'm afraid it's about ready to. We're about ready to shake the place down.
Oh my
All
God.
right. Thanks for joining in. On the corner.
Till next time.
Crew.